Feeling uncertain by life's challenges? At InTouch.org, you'll discover encouragement that lasts. With powerful sermons from InTouch Ministries' Dr. Charles Stanley, daily devotionals, and resources designed to strengthen your faith, you'll find hope and wisdom for every season of your life. Don't wait. Visit InTouch.org today and let God's Word inspire your journey. That's InTouch.org.
Keep your wellness routine going strong all summer. Kachava's new travel packs help you stick to your daily ritual even when you're on the go. Just one packet of Kachava's all-in-one nutrition shake provides complete nutrition wherever you are, with 25 grams of protein, 6 grams of fiber, greens, adaptogens, and more. Simplify your daily ritual. Go to Kachava.com and use code FITNESS for 15% off. That's KACHAVA.com, code FITNESS. This Mother's Day, skip the flowers and gift a foundation for her health. Ritual is mom-founded and built on a mission to bring a high standard to the supplement industry through traceable ingredients and clinical research you can actually trust. Gift the moms in your life or yourself a new Ritual and get 35% off when you bundle at ritual.com/podcast. That's 35% off at ritual.com/podcast. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Hola, amigos, and welcome to the Irish NFL Show. My name is Shane Brennan. I'm making Brian O'Leary laugh because I am just decided to start off by announcing my return after letting all the lads do a fantastic job of fairness over the course of the draft as I abandoned ship going on various tequila boats in Mexico during one of the most important parts of the season. But we're going into another very important part of the season this week, as it is the week of the NFL schedule release. Over the course of this week, we will have podcasts reacting to the news for the 6 European games. We know as well there are going to be other international games as well, news that we're going to expect, as well as many other great things we're going to find out about the NFL schedule. But Brian O'Leary, we know for a fact that the very first Sunday Night Football of this year is going to be a matchup that we have never seen on a Sunday Night Football in week 1 before. Oh, no, wait, we have 9 times in the last 10 years, or not 10 years, 9 times since 2007, I think I'm right in saying, as the New York Giants face the Dallas Cowboys. And in fairness, I know there's a lot of neutrals given out about this, but these are two teams who come into the season. There's a lot of variables. People always talk about this being 2 big markets. There's a huge amount of interesting storylines in this matchup. Both these teams could be, I think, in the hunt for the NFC East, which is by far the most open division in the league this year, in my opinion, and in a good way, not an NFC South kind of mediocre kind of way. And this match will be crucial to how it ends up.
Yeah, Shane, I wasn't surprised by the news. First of all, great to have you back, Shane. It's good to see you back in one piece after your vacation or your holiday. But no, look, it's exciting, even though it's still May. It's exciting to know, and we're going to get more into it as the week progresses in terms of snippets of games being announced. But obviously, as a Giants fan, it's exciting to hear under the new regime of John Harbaugh that the opening game is going to be the Cowboys. Look, NBC love Giants Cowboys. I think you were quoting numbers there. I think they played each other in the region of 10 times. It's actually 10. It's 10 times on Sunday Night Football since 2006. Cowboys have won the last 5, Shane. It's 10 years since the Giants beat the Cowboys, I believe, on Sunday Night Football. That may not be right. Sorry, it's 10 years since the Giants beat the Cowboys on the opening weekend of the season, in which Ben McAdoo was the first-time head coach. It was his first game. So maybe that's a sign for come September, late on that Sunday into Monday morning, that New York Giants and new head coach will find a way to beat the Cowboys. Do you know what? It does excite me, Shane. I love week 1, as we all do. I can't even get my voice. I'm so excited. I love week 1, as we always do, and I love watching Red Zone on Sunday, on the first Sunday in particular of the season. And it's kind of enjoyable when your team's not playing.
Feeling uncertain by life's challenges? At InTouch.org, you'll discover encouragement that lasts. With powerful sermons from InTouch Ministries' Dr. Charles Stanley, daily devotionals, and resources designed to strengthen your faith, you'll find hope and wisdom for every season of your life. Don't wait. Visit InTouch.org today and let God's Word inspire your journey. That's InTouch.org.
You're listening to this podcast, so I know you've got a curious mind. Here's a helpful fact you might not know yet. Drivers who switch and save with Progressive save over $900 on average. They make it super simple. Pop over to Progressive.com, answer some questions, and you'll get a quick quote with coverage options tailored to your choices. Plus, you'll see which discounts you may qualify for, like the online quote discount or savings for paying in full. In fact, 99% of Progressive Auto customers earn at least one discount. See if you could save when you switch to Progressive. You'll feel good about making a savvy choice. Visit Progressive.com and see if you can enjoy a little extra cash back. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. National average 12-month savings of $946 by new customers surveyed who saved with Progressive between June 2024 and May 2025. Potential savings will vary.
Because therefore you get to enjoy the whole experience without being despondent after them playing in the 6 o'clock window and losing, or they play in the 9 o'clock window and they lose, and then you're doing the instant reaction podcast. I can forget about all that until the early hours of the morning, and then I can enjoy my Giants playing the Cowboys. It's a great game for the start of the season. It's going to be an exciting Sunday night football.
Yeah, and this is a really interesting one for the Neutrals as well, because look, for people on our side of the Atlantic, you have to try and convince people for a lot of these Sunday night football games to stay up till 4:30 in the morning. And look, I always prefer when my team is playing in the red zone window. I like having 3 screens on where I'm watching red zone, another game I'm interested in, and the Patriots on the laptop as well. There's something about that routine. I'm very much looking forward to coming back when we get to the first Sunday, or the second Sunday, in September. But what's interesting about this one is, and we talk so much about, how a lot of times it feels like football only starts after Thanksgiving, or the importance of divisional matchups. But I mean, we've seen in the last few years the importance of getting wins in week 1, week 2, week 3. Again, like I was saying, it's the Giants who, obviously use their great draft capital to try and bolster some key sort of line areas. The Cowboys doing similar, having a fairly sexy day one of the draft as well, going to show off their talent. The Cowboys, in theory, are coming into this obviously in the better position because they're used to, like, their offense was such a great attacking force, trying to keep building momentum on that. They're used to going in and beating the Giants in the first day of the season. It might take Harbaugh a little while to fully set up what it means to be a New York Giant under his era. But I think that the result of this game is going to end up being key in a division where one game could be the difference between either winning the division or getting a wild card, or wild card and getting dropped out. This is an incredibly consequential game, and not that games in the NFL are never consequential, but sometimes when you throw in these divisional matchups, and even some of the week ones, like, we don't know at the time of recording, for example, whether they're going to send the Jets up to Buffalo and to try and make that the first ever game in Buffalo's new stadium, but it doesn't really carry the same level of appeal as Cowboys Giants, because, as I was saying, this is it's such a crucial matchup, and it'd be interesting as well to see Cowboys, can they continue their offensive style, and then Giants, with all the new pieces coming in, with what Matt Nagy is doing, can their offense, and hopefully with Cam Scotto back in the system as well, can their offense try to make the Cowboys defense pay? We remember when these two teams played last year in the early part of the season, when Russell Wilson looked like a god, tearing up the Cowboys defense, and still ended up not coming in the right side of the game. If we have a game as interesting as that, it'd be great fun. But there's so many storylines and so much intent here, particularly from a Giants point of view, that is going to make any NFL fan want to stay up to 4 o'clock in the morning and watch this one.
I believe you're referring to Russell Wilson and his 437 yards, Shane, in week 2 of last year, and his 4 touchdowns. Yeah, that was
a great game. I love that game.
Yeah, it was crazy game.
It was so funny at the same time. It's like, now is the time you pull this out? I don't know.
Yeah, and probably the last time we ever see him pull it out, because it looks like he's obviously done, unless he takes up his backup role with the Jets. Actually, you mentioned the Jets. I'm going to throw a little bit of a nugget out for you there. Don't worry, I'm not doing a spoiler on who the Jets are going to play week 1. But there is a strong scenario that it could be Monday Night Football, and with the Bills new stadium, maybe they'll open it against the Jets, or they'll play in the 9 o'clock window, because the Subway Series baseball MLB season has the Yankees and the Mets playing a half-1 that Sunday afternoon, and I don't think there's any scenario where they would have won.
I knew you were the right New York man to bring this up, because I had that in my notes as well. I'm like, I'm gonna give Brian, the Mets fan, a chance to.
Well, there's no point in talking about the Mets at this stage. It looks like it's the Yankees are the only team in town, and the the New York Knicks if you're a basketball fan. But they're not going to. The Giants were never going to go into that window, and I don't believe they'll put the Jets into that window, because I just don't think it's fair for NFL fans who have an appetite for baseball as well to have them try to manage 2 TVs with 2 different sports. You could be looking at Jets and Bills Monday. I suppose we'll get that information out in the week. I'll show it something to do with the game. I think it's more important that the Giants find their way to win as opposed to the Cowboys, and that's more so because to build the momentum under a new head coach if the Giants were to win that, bearing in mind their record against the Cowboys over the course of the last 10 years has been so poor, for John Harbaugh to get a win in his opening game against the team and a huge rival, I think it would do wonders for the confidence in this team. I think if the Cowboys were to win, I suppose the Monday morning for me, the storyline would be, well, sure, the Cowboys always win, and the Giants fans would say, well, we've got a new head coach, we pumped the brakes in terms of the expectations. An interesting subplot for the game, way ahead of schedule. Arvell Reese, Giants first round pick, Caleb Downs, the Cowboys first pick, because there was a lot of conversations that the Giants may have went for Caleb Downs at 10 and double down on defense for this draft. They didn't. Anyone who's watched the Giants live, it's kind of reassuring to know that they never really had an appetite for Caleb Downs. It was always about the offensive line with the second pick. But he's obviously going to have a bone of contention that he was missed by the Commanders in the division. He was missed by the Giants. He's ended up with the Cowboys. He'll have a point to prove early on, as will Arvell Reese, because he's obviously, there was a conversation about him going as the second pick in the draft or the first player non-quarterback, or you go into the Jets at 2, and everyone felt he may play in MetLife, but it would be for the Gang Green as opposed to Big Blue. I'm sure he'll be able to make a point in his inside linebacker role. A lot to make of this game. I'm already looking forward to. I can't wait for the full schedule to come out, Shane. It's an exciting time.
Should be sponsored by Tropicana. There's so much juice. There's so much juice to this match that I can't wait for it to come up. All right, we're going to leave it there. Keep an eye on all of our feeds and as well our podcast feed in particular, because we're going to be reacting to news across all of the scheduled release, and especially the NFL European games. We're going to have 2 games in Tottenham, 1 in Wembley, 1 in Paris, 1 in Madrid, and 1 in Munich as well to keep an eye on over the course of the week. So we will give you the news on that so people can start planning what they're going to be doing with the second half of the year. So for now, thank you very much for listening to the Irish NFL Show.
Feeling uncertain by life's challenges? At intouch.org, you'll discover encouragement that lasts. With powerful sermons from InTouch Ministries' Dr. Charles Stanley, daily devotionals, and resources designed to strengthen your faith, you'll find hope and wisdom for every season of your life. Don't wait. Visit intouch.org today and let God's Word inspire your journey. That's intouch.org.